Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of City Skylines. We're going to get a fair bit done in today's episode, and next episode is when the mods will come along. We're going to be finishing off our little blob of a city right here, and I've got kind of everything planned out in my mind. We're going to do a little bit of road reworking down here. We've also possibly got a little bit of a water problem just over here. Now what's going on there? Water availability just hit a low, which is interesting. We are sort of expanding. So let's bring up the budget and let's quickly just throw money at it. Why not? Let's throw money at it. Also, it looks like I could probably save money in places as well. But because I'm doing the intro and I want to tell you what the plan is, we will just do that. So yeah, we're going to be rebuilding this road here. I realised it's kind of silly the way that I've set that up. We're going to quickly admire this lovely bit right here, which looks amazing at night. Really pleased with how that turned out. And we're going to be building like a leisure district through this area here and expanding our offices all the way down here as well. Now what I'd like to do is this area over here, and I've already been setting up the roads, as you can see. Now you'll see some cars going around. They're actually the snow ones and the like the road maintenance one at the moment. And I've set up some one-way roads as well. Now this whole thing is a one-way road. It's going around clockwise like this. There is a little turn off at the end here, which I'll get rid of. I'm just trying to be like efficient with the space, but sometimes having empty space is good too. Don't want to fill it all up. And yeah, my thoughts here is that we'll try and avoid having, let's see, traffic in the city is not too bad really, but lots of this, lots of waiting. And I think the way we can do that is with one-way roads, because when you have them set up correctly, there's only like, how would I describe it? There's only ever like one flow of traffic. So if this road's going in that direction, the traffic can only ever go straight or right. There's no need for it to stop because there's no opposing traffic. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. And what we're also going to do is have roads that come down this way as well. And this will be one of them that does. So then the only thing this road can do is go straight over, and this traffic will simply join that road. So there's never going to be need for lights, and I'm hoping for that reason that it can be traffic free. However, this is all going to be residential. On this side over here I'm thinking about making commercial, and we've got to set it up in a way where we don't have like traffic from other sections coming through, and that is something I maybe should have prepared a little bit more. By the way, this area all has trees for rows, which is something that I wanted to do. So we're going to finish building these, and then we're going to reverse the direction like this, so that we have one going that way, then one going this way. Alright, the roads have been set up, and we're going to start zoning this thing. You see, I've got a plan. What we're going to do is have offices as a buffer between the two areas. Now that was initially a noise concern. However, I'm now thinking that this would be a perfect opportunity to try high density residential, because that could potentially generate more traffic, and I think I'd like more traffic here because I want to see how we manage it with our road system. So we're putting offices around the outside as a buffer, and then we're going to have our high density residential in the middle. Now the way that this has been set up, let's use the fill tool for this. Yeah, let's get a big block like that. What I'm probably going to do is run some paths down the end of the roads here, just so we can make sure the grids are a little bit more favourable down here. So let's at least fill up like a few bits like that, encourage people to start moving in, and then talk about traffic flow, because we're going to have some traffic here that's going to go to work around the edges, but it's obviously not going to be enough. There'll be traffic that migrates across to this side for the commercial area. That's going to be the nearest one. And then traffic that will probably migrate out into other places to work. One of those would be this road right here. However, if I remember correctly, I thought this was a one-way road, so that might be a bad thing. Now, if they can go this way down to work here, that makes sense. That's a good thing. We might even not put a school here so that we provide enough workers for this area. Maybe expand it into this space a little bit. Now, if traffic comes out through this way, it's because these trucks will want to be delivering to commercial areas, which are over here. So that means, what's the long way around here? In fact, the exit for this area is here, isn't it? And then you're going to go around here, down and across, or you go up to here and come across. So we want to stop them from going through this area, and I think actually it makes sense just to make that a one-way road. But we'll pay attention to what happens, because what they might do is the trucks might come through here, go down here, and then go one of the up streets over to this area, and they might have to go through a bit because we're going to put our connections between the two on this road. So when they come over from this side, they'll be forced to go you know, round this way. But let's say you join over here. There's roads going in either direction, so you can sort of go along and then go down this one and then go up here and come up to like this place if that's where you're visiting. So I think the traffic system should work pretty good here. It's just about how we connect the areas together. So we're going to have some 6-lane roads that go between the two sides, and you know, I was talking about how the junctions don't have traffic lights. If we join them here, I think they will. If we join them in the middle, then we're getting lots of junctions next to one another. So we'll try both things and see which one works. Now, if we press down here, there we go, excellent. I had to rebuild this road so there was just enough space to make this happen. Right, and it looks like we might actually have some real issues here, because when I tested this before, it seemed okay. Go down. Is there like just a little gap there and then connect to that side? Excellent. Right, that is a real tight squeeze. So before, what we've been doing is running roads over the top, and I keep forgetting that the underground roads are extremely useful, like we did over here. It kind of looks like we've got... Oh no, that's not an old road, that's actually connected. It looked like some just rogue old road that I'd sort of forgotten about. Anyway, that's a two-way street between the two. I think we'll have another two. So let's do one in between the junctions right here. Can that connect downwards? Yes, just about. Can we do the same thing on the other side? Yes, again, just about. And right, so we've got one on a... Yeah, one in between, one on a junction. Let's put another one right here. Alright, every time I record, man, or take a break from recording, I get so lost in what I'm doing. I was like, where did I leave off? What did I say I was doing? I've just been sorting out the traffic flow here. So we've got our one-way street, and it now goes one way around to here. Now this is a little awkwardly designed. I reckon we'll redo this bit and create a proper junction. But basically the traffic can now exit this way over to here. Might also be a good idea to add like a junction that goes onto this one as well, so it can go in either direction. But anyway, my thoughts here were that allows it to go up to this area up top. And I've added in a turning here. Don't really like the positioning of this. I feel like this should be further over this side, because you've got exiting traffic that sort of cuts through traffic that wants to go that way. So maybe we'll figure out a better way of doing that. And then it goes into this area. Now, the way it's connected to our outside ring road, I never really wanted to use this as a main source of traffic. So things like that get redesigned, and this connection would be a priority. We've also got another connection down the end here, which unfortunately I didn't feel like redesigning this, so it just goes through this gap. By the way, did I sort of show that I made this horrible looking set of roads right here? Yeah, I did. And anyway, so if you're coming from this way, unfortunately not that way, you can go through there around to this part of the street. So what we need to do now is actually start zoning this stuff. Let's make it high density, because we want to have traffic in this area. We want to see if we can manage it with what we set out to do here. So I want to have a whole street worth over there. I want a street worth on this side, but I need to put roads down the side of there to block it off. We'll have all of that section, and then maybe a similar thing going on here as well. But these sides of the roads are absolutely open to having some big blocks of commercial built. They've all got, let's see, they've all got, what have they got? What have they got, X? What have they got? They've got water. Yeah, water's been done, but not power. So it might be a moment here. We need like something over here just to sort of connect it across. Let's see if we can actually put in some power lines somewhere, because I don't like sort of running them straight into an area where you plan on building, but it looks like we might not have too many options at the moment. So let's go across here and then over to that spot, and hopefully that connects. Bam. Okay, so that area's got power. So now what I'll probably focus on doing is expanding it. But initial thoughts on traffic, I'm not seeing like any issues. It is just getting going here. I'm sure we'll see some soon. But so far looking pretty good, right? I like it. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. So first big problem is traffic. Of course there's going to be traffic. Single line going over here. Now I think the way the roads are set up here might not be too accommodating of the sorts of traffic. I was reading about this. The whole way that they stack up into a single line is because of how they determine like the next turning, and if it's too near, they'll take the furthest over lane or the lane that makes the most sense. So with them going down the middle here, it's because all the next turnings are on the left hand. So what we're probably seeing is that this traffic is going into the industrial area, which means it's coming from somewhere. And I'm going to guess that there are some shorter routes than going in this way over here that involve, I don't know, going through this area, going down there, and then taking a turn around to this bit, right? So we're yet to see any issues with traffic at these intersections that I talked about. There you go, you can see that one's got traffic lights. And if we go over to this one here, it's also got traffic lights though, because the cars go both ways. So what we might end up doing, what might work better, is having these, but them going one way and then the other way and then the other way, if that makes sense. So then you never have traffic lights. That might work out better, but for now we've got to suss out how we stop the traffic coming down this way. Okay, I'm doing a little bit of redesign for our industrial area since we have such demand for it. And I decided this road over here, you know, whatever way it faces in, it's just going to end up diverting traffic to this area, heavy traffic. So we put down a heavy traffic band on this little bit right here, which also reminded me, I got a few suggestions to put on studded tyres. Apparently this is literally a policy. If you put it on city-wide, costs you nothing, no negatives, all positives. So let's give that a try. I just pressed spacebar to resume the game. Probably shouldn't do that yet because I'm redesigning this. So the road's going to go this way, one way. The top is going to go the other way. I just press spacebar again. And our roads are going to go up and down. So this one here is both up and down, which I'm not sure if we actually need anymore. But since we've got this connection here, I'm going to leave that alone. Although I do plan on like putting a road round the back here and using up this space. So who knows. Either way, this one is going to be down. Then the next one will be up, then down, and then that one will be up. So I've got this thing here, and I don't know why, and there's a snowstorm. I can't actually make out any of the markings on the streets or where the arrows are pointing. I don't think they even got arrows on them. I don't know what way they're going. These ones here, though, point down. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, something's wrong with this. There's no arrows on it either. Let's go to this one right here. Right, and now it's pointing that way, and then the arrows disappear. So now our industry can expand, and in return we should see that our residential expands too. Just notice this junction here probably isn't too smart, is it? I reckon... Well, there's no lights actually, so it's almost like it's not there. I was just thinking maybe we drag it back and connect it on that side. Actually, I think that's fine. And I love how quickly the traffic flows now. Although, here it appears to still be stopping. There are traffic lights. Why are there traffic lights there, but we've not seen any of those in this area? Oh wait, are there now traffic lights that I couldn't see before or something? I could have swore there were no traffic lights. Anyway, there's a mod that's going to take them off. That's right. I remember zooming in and seeing, yep, there's no traffic lights. Hey, look, this one has no traffic lights. That's because it's turning off. When there's two sets of traffic turning in, aha, they join together so it deems it worthy of traffic lights. Interesting, interesting stuff. Either way, that moves pretty good, but if we just go and have a look, yeah, zoom out, traffic all over the place, problems all over the place, and there was so much I wanted to do, and I feel like we got stuck on these sorts of areas, but these two bits look good. I just want to get them fully expanded. So we need to do parks and services next. I'm going to go through that for these area. While I'm working on it, hopefully it'll all sort of fill out, but it looks like I need more industrial, so maybe we'll expand this area a little bit. But I do want to redesign this road and the leisure area. Haven't forgot about those. So let's get our parks and services in place and then take a look at how it's doing. Okay, there's some traffic, but a lot of it just wants to go down here and around there. And this little area has not been designed properly at all. We're using this back road here, which we shouldn't be, so at some point I'll make something there that makes sense. But I was just wondering, can we get away with a basic road here? Unfortunately gonna move some businesses out. That right there means traffic can go both into the city and out as well. And it means it's a little bit of a tight turn to come out, which goes across other traffic, but it might just help with this problem over here. And wow, actually we've got some serious traffic developing. But just down in these areas, which is, to me, kind of promising, because it means we just need to sort out the flow of traffic getting in and out of the sea. It looks like I might have just made it worse. It really does. And I cannot wait to get some mods in so we can control traffic better. There's some really good ones for letting you analyse it and figure out what's going on. And you can see here a big problem is just that these want to go over and around that way and these ones want to go through there. That's really bad road design, but I'm learning as I go. And I think we've done a good job with this area here. This looks great. Lots of traffic everywhere at the moment down this bit. And then this area here working really well as well. As you can see, full residential across the entire area. Our population is booming. Do you know what we've got to do? we got to look at some city statistics. Wow, that is some growth. We will see an absolute dip later on in the game when the death rate comes along. Yeah, kind of fluctuates based on the growth of your city. So what is our next milestone? We're probably near to that, aren't we? Yeah, we're on our way to it. 28,000, we're at 25. We'll probably get there this episode then. But I'm happy with this. Obviously, we've got to work on the roads. Now we're going to do this road over here, which means then we can look at doing a leisure area, which is something I haven't done before. So we're going to get this top-down view going. And what I see here, first of all, is that this part is completely useless. Okay? Now what it sort of looks like is a straight road going there and a straight road going here. And then this one also wants to go around like that. Now the occasional car here goes off to the right, but most of the time they want to go over there. So this should really be two straight roads going to a single point, and that road should not go through the line of traffic of this one. So that should be pretty self-explanatory, I think. We'll make these straight. They'll drop down in this space, and then this one will have plenty of space to go up above and around. Right, so still not terribly pretty, but that's definitely better. And that may have not made a massive difference to the increase of like traffic flow. There you are. Hi. You can hear it mooing. It creases me up. Like when I zoom in sometimes to work on roads in this area, there's just mooing sounds. And of course they're the little cows. So yeah, that's that bit there done then, which means now we can sort of move on to doing our leisure area. I'm just having a quick look to see if there's any industry that we can expand, because of course the demand is absolutely massive. I just had another idea. If we go and look at employment, what I've generally had in the past is just, yeah, it's so many available jobs that the employment percentage is always going to be good. But at the moment it's dropped down, yet there's still more available jobs than ever, which could possibly suggest that something is wrong, like people can't get to work, which is something we'll work on. Anyway, our next objective for this one is our leisure area, which is going to fit in this space right here. Alright, I'm trying to figure out what is the like central spot, and I think somewhere right there is sort of the central spot that we're going to aim for. I've just realised that I need to put in some pipes. You may have seen that little pop up down below. We'll get to that in a second. What I want to do here is have like a little sort of connection that isn't too, let's recreate that, little, isn't too like bulby. I can't think of the right word there. Yeah, see, that just curves way too much. Oh, something like that. There we go. So these two roads sort of come around like this. Now this may look like a sharp turn, but actually what I want it to be is like the road that distributes like traffic into the city. In fact, we'll avoid the cycle roads here just because we're making like a leisure tourism area, and I think there's a few policies that affect that. There's other things as well. Maybe we could have this road come off in two different directions, but then that's going to be like the central point. So I'm hoping that by it being relatively centre to everything else, and that there being lots of ways for the traffic to move about, that we don't have that sort of traffic stacking up into one line problem, which you see quite often. And then that can connect to there. Excellent. Right, except you're being fussy. There you go. Yeah, so now we've got our offices going all the way down there, providing some more jobs. There's been lots of demand for them. How's traffic doing elsewhere while I've been working on this area? It's looking alright. Very close now to our 28,000. I say alright. It's not. It's looking horrendous, but the city keeps moving. Somehow it keeps going. This bit here looks a lot better, doesn't it? Moving a lot faster now. Also, water problems again. We have sort of been massively expanding the city, and I've not been paying attention to everywhere. So let's throw money at it again. Why not? We can do that. We'll address all of the problems again in the future. Some trash issues, not surprising. Where did I put all of our... Yeah, they're down here. We've only got 4 of them, so for now we'll turn up the budget on those as well. Just put these all the way up here, and that should send out a few more trucks, which we can see probably leaving immediately. Yeah, so this is how we're going to do the leisure area, and if you're wondering what's going on with the connection here, it's basically... I wonder if we can see one on the map, sort of like that one. This is it right here. This connection is sort of what I've made just underground. So 2 connections on that side, 2 connections on these sides, and there you go. So if I select the road tool and press page down, you can see what's going on there. So that one just dips a little bit lower down to go under and across. So that's how the traffic's going to get in here. looking at it now, although that's sort of central, there's a lot of space down here as well. Anyway, let's design a road pattern and let's look at the things we're going to put in here. Some of them will be these things. Yes, these are to do with leisure, aren't they? I need to look over it a bit more. Well, hey, we did it, and we unlocked things, including a new area, which we'll buy immediately, because we know what one we want. We want that one right there, and we'll take it, 14,000. What a steal for such a large amount of land. Let's zoom back in. Yes, you can see the road design I got so far, not looking terribly impressive, is it? So far, our new areas is a little bit of a shambles. There's not much going on here at all. And I put down some of the parks and realised that this looks a little bit bare bones. So I started off with our leisure attractions and not looking so great. There's only really 3 of them that fit in, because these other ones, well, they might look alright in the thumbnails. They're actually, you know, clearly for a different theme. Is that a pier? That's a pier as well. Yeah, is that also... No, that can go... Right. Yeah, that doesn't have to go on water. So... there's probably no place for me to test this out now, is there? Unless we go over here temporarily. Let's see what that looks like. That actually looks like it could work. So I'm going to bulldoze that quickly and maybe find a place to squeeze it in. So alongside those ones, I put in the regular parks that are themed for this snowy city of ours. And there's 2 really big ones. You've got this over here, which is awesome, by the way. Looks really cool. Are they... I wish we could zoom... Wait, where are you going? I wish we could zoom in further on this guy. Where is he going? Now that one's going down the track, but that other bloke, I don't know. Has he gone over here? I thought I saw him run off into the trees, off of the thing. Anyway, yeah, so 2 of them are really big. This is the other one. This looks absolutely terrific as well. Really cool stuff. And yeah, I've just sort of spaced them out a little bit, and it looks kind of bare, and really what we need is trees and assets. I need to install that tree brush mod. Again, the mods are all coming in the next one, so then we can make this look a lot more filled up. But in terms of traffic, it doesn't really generate a lot, and this is for tourism and leisure. Now, I've made this into a district. It has a tourism policy, which is this one down here, let go of leisure, so we don't make money from the tourism stuff in this area, which is alright. It's just an experiment. But what I'm going to do is put in a taxi depot, and this will be our first bit of public transport, I think, actually, that we've put in. Oh, and then you have to make taxi stands. Interesting. Alright, so I guess the way it would work then is that if we have the taxi stands here, it's going to take people from here to the destination and then back again. It's not like you need another one at the place they get dropped off of. If it works like real taxis, right? So if we've got one there, let's also put one down in this area where it's a bit busy as well. And then maybe over here as we build it up as well. Yeah, so that'll do just nicely, I think. And that's our new area. I was really hoping you would see some sort of immediate effect or a sign that, you know, this is attracting leisure. But I guess there's probably some statistics somewhere that'll tell us that. What's this one? Snow. Leisure. Is there anything for leisure here? Probably not. Districts, land value, population, outside connections. Aha. Anything leisure related there? Tourism? I'll tell you what, we'll probably find what we're looking for on city statistics. Aha, there it is. Tourists, and I've put it up against cyclists. Let's remove that for a second. So, for the amount of time this thing's been here, it's probably this little peak. Nothing major happening. But the cyclist one's really cool. I like that. Let's bring up population as well. So you can see it's not following it exactly, but it's coming along. We need to encourage that more where we can. And also, let's look at this as well. Prisoners to population. Well, that is a tiny percentage, really. Let's compare that to cyclists so you can see it a little bit more. It is steadily increasing, but we're doing a good job with crime in the city, it feels like. Wow, this junction here is just crazy. Definitely need to sit down, look at this and redesign it. There'll be several of those things that we need to do in various places. But next episode we introduce the mods, which is going to help us out a little bit. And I really want to do some purification of these areas at some point. So we've built our first blob of the city. I think the only thing I need to do is this track here, actually, which we could probably do right now. Let's grab the tram road and quickly do that, because then this is just finished, basically. Bam, like that. That's literally it. That's all we have to do. So let's get rid of this road. That's how I wanted the city to look, basically. Have that one coming down the side there. And yeah, that's our big blob of a city. What do you think of it? Let me know in a comment down below, because from this point on, we're introducing mods and we're going to be changing up the place a lot. Also, I put a park down the end here. It looks really good at night. I like that. You can see it from up here. Excellent. Anyway, that's it from me this episode. If you've enjoyed it, leave a like. As always, thank you for checking out these videos. Hope you're enjoying them, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.